In this video, we're going to show you how to fill an empty and warm intelligent cryo-cycle. First is safety. Safety is key to every portion of our job, and that includes dealing with the liquid nitrogen. As you can see, I have my liquid nitrogen gear minus the gloves to show you how to set all this up. I have my booties, which should be completely over your feet. I have my smock and my visor and or face shield, including my gloves. To keep in note, with safety, not only for yourself, you're going to need to have the safety for the device and instrument that you're going to be filling. With that being said, there has to be a maximum of 5 psi on your transfer device. Anything more can damage the unit and create an unsafe condition for you and the unit. With that being said, we want to also make a couple points of how this transfer device is being safely operated, because this is a pressure fitting and you want to make sure that this safety cable is attached at all times, just in case if this decides to pop off, this will become a rocket and potentially hurt yourself and or something else around it. With that being said, I'm going to show you how to hook it up in a safe manner and where to hook it up. On the Cryo-Cycle, you will have a fill and vent port that would be on your left-hand side for your fill and your vent on your right-hand side. When you hook this up, you're just going to take the other end of your transfer device, remove both of the plugs in the fill port. You press that in, and you must also have an exit cord that's coming out your vent. Now this would be vented to the ground, into another door, into a bucket, something to keep you safe and your equipment safe. And we're just going to slide that one right in here as well. So this way it's a nice line in and a nice line out. Now it's time to fill this intelligent cryo-cycle with liquid nitrogen. First, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this unit on. There's only one power switch on the back. It's going to go through a set of parameters and do a self-check. There's going to be 3 screens. There will be a blue screen, which is under normal operation. There will be a yellow screen, which will require attention to the unit, and a red screen, which is what we see here with liquid nitrogen needed. So this one currently right now is at 0%. So let's fill this thing up. Keep in mind to have this fully filled up, this will take, based on pressure, 30 to 55 minutes. You need to keep a close eye on this gauge. And after it's filled up, we're going to want to shut this unit off at 95% overnight, or about 12 hours, and then we'll come back in the morning and top this off back to 95% after burn off is completed. Also keep a note of where your exhaust or vent tube is placing. You do not want it to hurt any electronics, as this one is fighting me around. Also a note, once it is filling, this is very solid, so leave it be. When filling, you will notice the screen turn different colors from yellow to blue, but that does not mean it is ready to be used, as the pressures and parameters are correct, the unit is still being filled. All right, it has been some time since we have last shut this off to fill this intelligent cryo-cycle. It is currently right now at 81%, so we're going to need to top this off to 95%, and that's going to be our maximum range. If you notice that this is still not alarming, because we do have this alarm button on the off state. If you did want to hear it in the normal operating conditions, we would push this button down. But that is unneeded during this moment. So let's go ahead and fill this back up to 95%, and then we can get this back into a normal operating condition. At this point, we're going to wait. We're going to wait for about another hour for this to settle back out and relax, and then we will cap this intelligent cryo-cycle for normal operation. All right, it is about that time where we are going to remove and put on the plugs to put this in normal operating condition. So first, we're going to remove the transfer device. We'll slide that a little bit out of the way. And we can add this particular plug on. Secondly, this one's still a little frosty, but it should have enough with a little bit of oomph. Take that off and put the other cap on. And now we're going to wait until this unit will pressurize. During this time, it will take a little bit before the alarm will sound, or the alarm sound will go off. So we're not going to turn this on until this has reached the pressure in normal operating condition. Now that we have reached normal operating conditions, the LED light is blue, and we can turn on the alarm. This unit is now ready for normal operation.
For further assistance, please call 1-800-255-6370.